Good morning. If you have decided to study to become a professional hypnotherapist, follow us in this beautiful project of study and learning. Hypnosis is a powerful technique with which you will be able to help and improve the quality of life of a great number of your future patients. Remember to study the description of this video where you can find a link on clinical hypnosis with several free ebooks. General criteria to take into account in the assessment of the diet. The first condition for the diet to be correct and nutritionally balanced is that the energy and all the necessary nutrients are present in it, and in the adequate and sufficient quantities to cover the nutritional needs of each person and to avoid deficiencies. The needs of each nutrient are quantitatively very different. Thus, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, which are the only nutrients which provide us with energy or calories, must be consumed daily, in quantities of several grams, and that's why they are called macronutrients. The rest, vitamins and minerals, which are needed in much smaller quantities, are called micronutrients. For example, of vitamin C, a few milligrams, 60 to 100 milligrams per day. The same goes for zinc, and we are talking about even lower amounts in the order of micrograms of other vitamins such as B12, folate, or vitamin D, 10 milligrams per day. However, all nutrients are equally important, and a lack or overconsumption of any of them, illness or malnutrition. This first criterion can be easily achieved by choosing a varied diet that includes foods from different food groups: cereals, fruits, vegetables, oils, dairy products, meat, fish, eggs, sugars, as nutrients are widely heterogeneously distributed in foods, and can be obtained from many combinations of the same. This alone is a sufficient guarantee of nutrition balance, but there must be also an adequate balance between them, so that the excessive consumption of one food does not displace or substitute another, also necessary, that contains a certain nutrient. Moderation in the quantities consumed of all of them in the right weight and avoids obesity and its consequences. It's also a golden rule. But man does not only eat out of biological necessity to satisfy his nutritional needs, and therefore to maintain his health. He also eats for enjoyment, for pleasure, and in accordance with particular eating. Therefore, the second important criterion when choosing or designing a balanced diet is that it is not only healthy and nutritious but also palatable. That is to say, that we feel like eating it, and that it includes those foods that we are used to eating. In fact, in general, when we choose a food in the market or in the restaurant, we are more attentive to its taste, smell, to our appetite, or even to the price, than to its nutritional value. However, from a nutritional point of view, none of these factors ensures a good choice. Nowadays, it is necessary to refer to another criterion. Until relatively recently, the main problem in many countries was to get enough food and to avoid nutritional deficiencies. Today, paradoxically, the main problem and objective of developed countries is to combat and prevent the development of chronic disease, cardiovascular, obesity, diabetes, some types of cancer, osteoporosis, etc. Consequences largely of the excessive or unbalanced consumption of some foods and nutrients. In this sense, it has been seen that the role of many nutrients, for example antioxidants, far beyond their strictly nutrient character. Therefore, the balanced diet will be one that, in addition to being healthy, nutritious, and palatable, also contributes to preventing chronic diseases. That is, one that results in lower total mortality and longer life expectancy. Spain's population has one of the highest at the turn of the millennium. Life expectancy at birth for women was 82.5 years and for a man 75.3 years. This is the great challenge at present, and even, why not, to try to obtain through diet what man has always longed for, to obtain the elixir of eternal youth, of long life. Current knowledge linking diet as a risk or protective factor with degenerative diseases, the most prevalent in the world, have meant that the standards or criteria for planning and assessing a balanced diet have changed. A new concept is emerging: dietary recommendations, defined as the guideline addressed to the population to achieve a balanced diet and especially to prevent or delay the onset of some diseases. Diets have been a major change in nutritional policy over the last 50 years because they focus on intakes that prevent chronic diseases, as opposed to the estimated recommended intakes to avoid nutritional deficiencies such as pellagra or beriberi. Take vitamin C, for example, whose reference standards can be approached from 2 points of view. Vitamin C: minimum amount to combat scurvy, extra amount to combat oxidative stress, for example in a smoker. Or in the case of lipids, minimum amount to provide essential fatty acids palatability, maximum amount to prevent cardiovascular disease. It is known, in addition, that the benefits of a balanced diet are not limited to content. It must also provide other factors, not nutrients, for protection against oxidative stress and carcinogenesis, contained especially in foods of plant origin, the so-called phytochemicals. Plants synthesize a plethora of compounds, many of which are active when consumed, antioxidants, anti-carcinogenic, etc. For example, it is estimated that the diet may contain between 60,000 and 100,000, about 1.5 grams, different phytochemical compounds, some of which provide organoleptic odor, texture, flavor, serve as a defense against external agents, etc. In addition to the nutritive fraction of the foods that will be formed by the energy and the 50 nutrients that we need, and that in quantity is the majority, these contain a non-nutritious fraction, much more numerous and made up in turn of two parts: 1, the natural components, and 2, contaminants. This is broadening the concept of healthy diet and also re-emphasizes the importance of considering the diet as a whole, without trying to isolate the foods and their components, and even to consider diet in the context of a particular lifestyle. If you're interested in learning more about clinical hypnosis, watch our next video, The Balanced Diet, Wise or Healthy, third part. Remember to study the description of this video to free training classes about clinical hypnosis, with several ebooks also free of charge. If you have questions, ask them in the comments area on this topic and many others we'll talk about in the channel and in the videos that we'll publish. So, if you're interested, don't miss our next videos. Thank you very much.